We are here at an absolute landmark, the Student Prince in downtown Springfield, Massachusetts. I believe it's been open since the 1930s. Let's go inside and talk to Rudy, who's going to make us some of the holiday traditional eggnog, and let's see if we can find him. And there he is.
Ryan, welcome to the
How are you, Rudy?
I'm great.
Good to see you again.
Nice to see you.
Yes, happy holidays.
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever else you want to celebrate.
That's right.
We're about 2/3 of the way of getting our decorations up.
Wow,
And
very nice.
I'm going to start our eggnog now, and then we can talk a little bit.
Yep. Now, Rudy, how many years you been open here?
This is our 75th year.
Wow.
So this is our eggnog. It is very well known. It's absolutely delicious. This will make you forget store-bought eggnog.
Oh,
Now,
absolutely.
we are going to put some egg yolks in, and I'm going to start beating those. Then we're going to add some sugar.
Now, how much sugar you have there to the egg yolk?
That's a cup.
A cup. And after this is all made, how much will this make, Rudy?
This will make enough.
Okay. What'd you say, that was a cup of sugar?
Yeah, that's a cup of sugar, and I'm going to up the speed on that a little bit. Then we can take a walk around. I'll show you some of the decorations.
Absolutely.
This takes some time. Come on, let's take a walk. These are egg whites. I'm going to start hand whipping these. People said I can't do this, but
there you go.
still remember a few tricks. This is the Symphony of Angels. Occasionally we'll have the director of the Springfield Symphony in, and he'll help us rearrange the angels so they get a better symphonic sound.
Mm-hmm.
Most of these decorations are about 55, 60 years old. Like me, and like you a little bit, Brian, they're starting to show their age, but they're too good to throw out or to force into retirement.
Now, are any of these from Germany?
These are all pretty much all American. On top, we have Charlie, our elk.
There he is.
Charlie Mantis, who with the Mantis family donated the Indian motorcycles to Springfield Museum of History. He owned that. That had used to be in the Elks Lodge when it was on State Street. And we have him kind of festive with some sort of animal on top of him. And the figurines, about 20 years ago, they weren't working right. A friend of ours, who since passed away, had an auto body shop. He said, "Here, I'll fix them." He fixed them, brought them back.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Gee, how much is that?" And he said, "How about getting me a beer and a martini?"
Oh.
So we settled that pretty quickly.
That works.
Right here's an award we're kind of proud of. This is from Springfield Technical Community College, the Entrepreneurs Hall of Fame. And we won that 2 years ago. Some good friends of ours are there. Dr. Seuss, who is a very good friend of my dad's, is on there. And we have quite a few of we have Pynchon.
Dr. Geisel.
Yeah.
Theodore Geisel.
Theodore Geisel.
Cat in the Hat.
Cat in the Hat. His dad was a parks commissioner, just like you, so maybe your daughter can grow up to be a famous cartoonist. And this is Pynchon, and where we are standing was Pynchon's original fort in 1636.
Oh, yeah. And there's your dad.
There's my dad. There's Tanta Greta, who was his partner for several years.
Yeah. Now, your dad took the restaurant over back in the 40s?
He took it over in the late 40s, and he died in 96, and he was quite a story. He was born in Germany.
My next door neighbor.
And he had a great next door neighbor. He had two of them. He had one guy named Charlie Nirenberg, and he had one guy named Brian Santinella. And here is an issue of Gourmet magazine.
Just won the award.
21 legendary American restaurants you must visit. And we were very, very thrilled to be in there.
Very nice. That's a real honor.
Gourmet, unfortunately, is out of business, but we're still here. Was he on the phone with it? No, I told him to call back. Oh, what's he doing? I haven't ordered any of that, but that's coming up.
We're going back to the machine here, and that's really, look at that, it's really whipping up a storm. And there's Rudy with the egg whites.
And we're getting there with the yolks, Brian.
Yep.
They have to lighten up considerably. That's the key to making good eggnog.
Okay. So this will go on for a couple more minutes?
A couple more minutes. There's a few more of our older decorations, and these are German, that are over our old front door.
Yep.
You can see poor Sandon's beard. You and I get whiter as we get older, but he gets a little bit grayer. But we still treasure him very much.
And I notice you have these plates on the wall too, huh? Not only the signs, but the plates.
Big and Grundle plates, the small plates, and those are Christmas plates. Every year they would issue a different design on the plates. And this tradition dates back to the 1500s, 1600s, where the Lord of the Manor would take a plate and put different treats or presents and give it to his tenants, or the peasants as they would call them back then. And the Lord of the Manor thought that the peasants were always so happy because of the little bit of food that he gave them, but what they really were happy about was getting plates, because they were extremely rare and expensive back in those days.
Wow. Now, do you have this eggnog here? What is it?
We started the first week of December, and we'll go probably to New Year's Eve. Usually there's a little popular demand after that. And let's see how we're doing with it.
Now, Rudy, do you still have the carolers?
The carolers we have, they start on December 17th, and the last night is Christmas Eve. And we are busy right now. We're just about booked solid. 2 and 3 weeks ahead of the event. Okay, now our egg yolks are where we want them to be.
So that took about 6 minutes.
About 6 minutes, but they have to be, they lose the nasty egg yolky taste. And you can see how it just kind of forms almost a ribbon falling off the meter. Now we're going to add a quart of cream. This cream comes from Mapledine Farms in Hadley. He treats his cows like his children. There are no preservatives in it. So we're using very few ingredients in here, but very high quality.
Now it looks like you put about a half of...
That's a quart.
A quart.
And we're going to beat that up. I don't want to splash you, or more especially me, in the magnificent Christmas tide.
There we go.
And we're going to let that spin for a minute or two. Now, Brian, I have a very important job for you.
Yes.
I want you to hold your hand out flat. Put that salt in there. Don't catch your fingers in the beer.
Now that was just a little touch of salt.
Just a little bit. But that helps bring out the flavors. And we're just about there with this.
Actually, there's a little work involved here, but it's worth it.
Well, usually I don't do it, believe me. Well, you know me well enough to know that.
But it's really pretty simple, but there is some work involved.
It's like a lot of things, Brian.
Now what are you putting in there?
This is just some sugar we're putting in the whites.
Okay, like a couple teaspoons?
Yeah, and the whites are mostly air, so you don't have to put a whole bunch of sugar in. And when you're dealing with egg whites, you're better off whipping them in copper.
A little bit more salt, right? You just put in?
Just a little bit of salt. That gives it flavor. Also, it makes it acid.